Hey, what's up guys, TheJordude here, back again with another Shadowverse deck and gameplay video. This is still rotation, and we got a couple weeks from the newest expansion. Things are starting to settle down now. We see decks like Midrange Sword, Machina, Blood, and Shadow that are doing pretty well right now. Surprisingly, Dragon I don't think is too strong at the moment. I don't see too much Dragons on ladder. But anyways, the deck we're featuring today is going to be Shadow, and it's going to be Arcus Shadow. So Arcus Shadow, as we all know, has been around for a while. The deck kind of got some support from the Steel Rebellion expansion, and it kind of changed the way it's played. Before, we used to play Arcus Shadow and Glenelise. And Glenelise, I really do like the card. I think she's really good in the deck. But this version of Arcus Shadow is really committed on the Arcus Shadow. As you can see, we're running 3 copies of him, and as well as we're running a lot of card draws. So we got Ghoul from Steel Rebellion. Basically, they basically reprinted like Demon Eater. Destroy one of your followers, draw 2 cards. You could destroy a Machina to gain +1/+1. The only Machina in your deck is Nicola though, so sometimes you could get that off, but oftentimes you're ghouling things from like Ghost, because we have the new card Deadly Dreamer. Deadly Dreamer puts a dead dream in your hand as the last words, and you play this amulet, you get a ghost every turn. It's pretty useful for poking down your opponent, or just getting a ping to help you trade, or you could sack them for card draw with your ghouls. So this deck is more focused on building cards up into your hand, and you drop down your Ceres, the new legendary from Steel Rebellion. Ceres adds a Eternal Vow into your hand, so you play this and then subtract 2 from all these Shadowcraft cards in your hand. You have a lot of 2 drops like your ghouls, your Nicolas. It also reduces like soul conversions and things like that. So basically, this helps you make a lot of like combo turns. You can do a lot. Like if you have a full hand and you reduce everything by 2, you can do a lot. Especially when you have Arcus down and you play all your followers, they turn into ghosts. You could do a lot of cool combos. Also, Ceres has a clash ability which deals 3 to the enemy follower. So Ceres is actually really annoying for a lot of classes to deal with. If you play her on 5, evolve her, it's really hard for your opponent to clear, especially if they have an empty board. Usually they have to give up their entire turn trading 1-for-1 into the Ceres. So Ceres usually gets a 2-for-1, just gives you a lot of tempo into the game, and the Eternal Vow is pretty good. This deck is also running 2 copies of Fafnir. We didn't see this card too much when he came out, but this version is playing it because you can reduce the cost down to 7 with the Eternal Vow, so he's a bit easier to play. Also, a lot like Sword, for example, there's a lot of ambushes, and a lot of decks do go wide with the Machina, so you do want some AoE. So Fafnir is in there, 2 copies, really good clear. It's also a huge body. If your opponent can't deal with it, say you drop Fafnir on 9, and on turn 10 you could just play like a fairy and then just OTK them, things like that. Because we're running 3 copies of Ceres, we did drop down Cerberus copies down to 2. Cerberus still a very powerful card, but you don't want to run 3, I think, just because it's a bit too clunky otherwise. And also for like the Orthrus as well, she's only running 2 copies. You do need some Necromancy for your Fafnir, for example, your big Soul Hunters. And yeah, so this is the deck, guys. Really fun to play. I've enjoyed Arcus Shadow pretty much since it came out as a deck archetype. So if you guys are looking for a good Shadow deck to play right now in rotation, give this deck a try. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. And comment down below what kind of Shadow decks you like to play. Are you like to play like Arcus Shadow? Do you still like to play Glenelise in your Arcus Shadows, or are you playing something else? And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Alright, Dragon. I do think Dragon's like a fine matchup for us because we have like an OTK combo, usually from hand. Nicola is not very good. Keep Fairy just for the 2-drop, and then I think because we're going first as well, I think I could keep the Arcus in my hand, just because Arcus is like one of those key cards in this matchup. I don't think I could win without Arcus, especially because this deck doesn't run Glenelise. If this deck was running Glenelise, I don't think we need to keep Arcus in our opening hand, because you could just win with the Glenelise. But Fairy is quite important at the end game for our OTK, so if possible I need to try to make sure I have at least a Fairy in my hand, because we have 2 right now. I think we'll drop a Fran and the Fran's Attendant here just to be play point efficient. Obviously the Fran's Curse is really good, but because he just ramped the last turn, we have the initiative. Might as well put more bodies on the board. And next turn I can maybe go like 2 and draw another 2. Okay. We can use the Manifest Malice here, I think. I don't want to drop double fairies. Like I said earlier, like I do want to have a fairy later on. Because if we're just relying on drawing the last one, it's kind of sketchy. But right now this hand is quite dry. We need to draw like a ghoul or something. Need some card draw. Like if we get to our Arcus turn fine, then I guess it's okay. And especially if we draw like a Nicholas. Because when you have Arcus ability active and then a Nicholas, you don't need anything else. Okay, the Buffalo Bones is pretty good. It's still a really like bad turn. I could play the Buffalo Bones, evolve him to trade. I get 2 1/1 to him for 2. I guess I can't really play anything that trades well into the Galmix. I could go Grimoire here and then evolve the Grimoire. That way I gotta keep the Buffalo Bones last words ability up, which might be a bit better. I think I like that a bit better. Turn 6 is going to be pretty important. I guess like we could use some of our play points by trading our Deadly Dreamer in and using the Deep Dream. Okay, the Soul Conversion is really nice here. Do I want to give him the extra card? I could trade here. I guess I could evolve something. The Soul Conversion first. I guess we get Arcus here. We'll evolve the Orcus instead of the Skeleton to play around Omen of Disdain. If he drops like Poseidon, this turn's quite good for him. Odin. Odin's fine, I guess. Like we have to drop our Arcus here. Definitely can't Ceres. So he's probably not a Prince of Casidas Dragon. Yeah, Mechwing. Okay, that's fine. Big Soul Hunter is actually so good here. I don't think I have to worry about this assembly droid. But since we don't have much options in our hand, I need to get as much little damage in as I can, because it's going to be kind of tight. He might have to evolve his Feline to be able to kill my Ceres. I don't know if killing Ceres is that big of a deal for him. I guess the healing 3 every turn is annoying. But I'll take an evil. We have a second Ceres anyways. Oh, he's just going to concede? Okay. I think that's a little early. I didn't even do anything yet. I guess he had like nothing left. So I've seen a lot of like a spell burn. I think this hand is actually quite good. We could keep Arcus, I think, since we have an early curve. And we'll draw into like our turn 7 most likely. Drawing the second Arcus, not good obviously. Try to play Buffalo Bones on 4, so we mainly looking for something to do on turn 3. So yeah, we could go Lady Grey. Lady Grey isn't actually. Lady Grey is an amazing card to evolve on 4 when you're going second, but when you're going first and you have to save Lady Grey, because turn 5 you want to be evoing like your Ceres or your Cerberus, so there's really no time to evolve, and you don't have the extra evo point to evolve Lady Grey when you're going on to play. So yeah, I think this is the spell rune, so I do want to push damage. Don't really care about this Witch of Foresight too much. I guess I could get a value trade on one of my Buffalo Bones, which could matter. Like one of the skeletons, so maybe we do trade. I want to protect the skeletons because we drew the Cerberus, so I want to make my turn 5 Cerberus pretty impactful. Because I think turn 6 is going to be kind of weak, unless we draw something good in the next 2 turns. Tetra's such a big body for the turn 4 evolve. Like, it trades over everything. This is still fine. He used the... Yeah, he used the cannon. He really doesn't have to use an Evo here. Doesn't... Will he Evo? Oh, he's going to. I don't think the Evo's that good because, like, my board does trade into this. Ooh, a Ceres. I think we just play Ceres here and we don't evolve it. Because I want to evolve on my Arcus. But if we evolve the Ceres, for example, like... Nah, he could just have a Wind Blast or something. It's really easy to deal with the Ceres. It was something meaningful to do this turn though, so drawing the Ceres was good. But because I'm just dropping Arcus, I need to evolve on it because I think there's a chance I just fall behind in tempo if we don't evolve the Arcus. If he can't kill the Ceres, I can evolve her. Okay. Yeah, because he couldn't deal with the Ceres, now I have 2 big threats. He might be able to deal with it, but I don't really need Evo points anymore, especially because we drew like the Nicola. Dio. I don't know why a lot of people are trying to play this deck. I don't think it's good, but maybe it's fun to play. My third Arcus. Not great. So I could Eternal Vow, but Eternal Vow doesn't really do anything. I might as well just play my Nicola 4 times. I guess I could Ghoul as well. Where should his last ghost go? I can't get to 20 Necro next turn. I especially can't get to 20 Necro because I might have to play my Fafnir next turn, and that's going to consume all my Necro. But I think it's fine. Like I could just go for the Fairy. That's my OTK. He's pretty low on life. He could heal with he could heal though. I'm almost dead. Ah, he gets the Prophecies. No. There's no out, right? I only go up to 16 Necro. I'm just dead. Yeah, this Prophecies really had to not come out this turn. He made it just in time.